Welcome to Burwood Sydney.
In this Sydney food vlog, we discover the best dishes in Burwood.
45% of Burwood's residents have Chinese ancestry, and the great thing about that is Burwood has some of the best Chinese food in Sydney.
We ventured into Chinatown Burwood. It really is an assault on the senses. The smells are amazing. There's so many colours and visuals, and it's really quite a new area, so it's only around 4 years old. There's so much to see, do, and eat. We've come to Guo Kui Master, so they specialise in pancakes, meat pancakes. So we've got the lamb pancake, and this was $8.50. I really like how they hand make them and then put them in these big ovens for about 5-10 minutes. You see a lot of people just walking around just eating these, so they are clearly very popular. This is absolutely delicious. So the outside is like a very thin flat bread. It's quite crispy, and then on the inside you've got this really tender, succulent lamb, I think it's lamb mince, and it's marinated in spices. There's probably cumin in there. There's a bit of heat to it as well, so I'm sure there's chili there as well. Oh, this is just an amazing snack. If you're looking for some Burwood street food on the run, then this is the food for you.
Maria's Bakery Inn is a great place to get cheap eats in Burwood. It's got some really delicious looking buns and cakes and other treats, and I can't wait to dig into their durian buns. This durian bun has been made fresh. It's nice and warm and it smells absolutely divine. It's got this really light, sweet fragrance to it. The bun is really light and fluffy, but then it's got a little bit of a crispy shell on the top, and inside you have a durian cream. So it looks absolutely delicious. The concept was brought in by the owner of the store, who was from Hong Kong. This was the first durian bun of its kind in Burwood. I'm really excited about this. This was $7. Oh, that is so delicious. That durian filling is really creamy. It's not overwhelming with the durian flavor. It's quite mild, but really delicious. The bun is really sweet, and it's got that crisp, light outer shell, which gives it a nice little contrast of texture. So if you love your durian, or if you're durian curious, do come to Maria's Bakery Inn. This is such a unique dessert, and it is so delicious.
Looking for a Burwood dessert? Look no further than Ice Kirin Bar. So they do tea-infused gelato. That's a really novel and unique twist on the ice cream gelato theme. I've got a peach oolong gelato, and this was $6.50 for the single scoop. You can also upgrade your gelato to turn it into a mochi or a daifuku, so that's an extra $1.50. So that's also really unique, and I've never tried anything like that before, so I'm really looking forward to it. In terms of the other flavors, there's every tea-infused flavour under the sun. So there's green tea, that's really popular as well. There's also black sesame, macadamia nut, pistachio and rose flavoured. It sounds so amazing. So you're going to have difficulty choosing the right one for you. The really cool thing though, however, is that you can also taste test to your heart's content. Ugh. This is really interesting. Oh. So it's very mochi-like. Very stretchy on the outside. So
Get your face into it.
I'm just going to bite it. Oh, wow. Oh, that's beautiful. So you got the stretchy mochi, just breaks away, and you've got the really cold, creamy Beautiful, beautiful ice cream. So this peach taste, it's quite a subtle sweetness, but just oozing a flavour. Yeah, and that gelato is so creamy as well. Oh, this is just amazing.
So my personal connection with Burwood goes back almost 100 years, because this is where my grandmother went to high school. For cheap eats in Sydney, you can't go past Isan Tum Zaap in Burwood. So they've got a great range of Thai street food dishes. We've got the Moo Ping, which is only $3, so it's a pork skewer. They've also got squid skewers, and something really interesting looking is their Thai-style pancakes with mussels. So this Moo Ping was freshly made, and I love the theatrics of having the food made freshly for you right at the front of the store. That pork is really tender and succulent, and it's got a really beautiful sauce in there, which is like a soy sauce base to it and lots of herbs and spices. And for only $3, this is exceptional value.
We're at Xi'an Eatery in Burwood, and we're trying their signature dish, the Biang Biang noodles. This is quite a fascinating dish. It's really, really big, thick noodles like this. These are wheat flour noodles, and then they're drizzled with oil. There's vinegar in there, soy sauce, and there's also a decent amount of chili too. We've gone with the pork noodles. You can also get it with chicken. There's a vegetarian option as well. And in addition to that, there are also vegetables in here as well. I can see some carrots, there's some spring onions in there as well, or shallots, and then there's also some potato. This looks like a really hearty dish, and it was $15.80. The first thing that grabs me with this dish is how chewy and gelatinous these noodles are. So when you think of Chinese noodles, you typically think of rice noodles, quite skinny noodles. You don't think of these big, thick noodles that you see here. So it's really interesting and really different. There's a nice amount of heat there as well. It really makes for quite a hearty meal.
Burwood is in the inner west of Sydney, about 10 kilometres from the city centre, and it's an area that's steeped in history. It was home to 3 former prime ministers, and it has some grand stately old homes. So we're in Appian Way, which is a state heritage listed street in Burwood, and it has some of the finest examples of Federation-style houses in Australia. Taste of Shanghai is a really popular restaurant in Burwood. We came here in the lunch rush and it's absolutely buzzing, so we had to wait 20 minutes for a table, but it's well worth it. So they've got a range of traditional Chinese dishes. They've got dim sum, they've got dumplings. We've got the Bao, which are soup dumplings. They're very popular and they're very delicious. They're filled with soup. You bite into them and the soup just comes out, and they're served piping hot, freshly made, and we can see them making everything fresh in the kitchen, so that's really cool. So let's give this a try. These are just perfect little parcels. They've got a little bit of soup in there, clear soup, and then a piece of pork, all surrounded by that dumpling wrapper. The soup just bursts out once you bite into them, and it's really delicious. This was $13.80 for 8 dumplings, which is reasonable value. I think it's great to come here with a large group of people, because then you can sample a lot of things on the menu, because they've got a really wide menu and everything just looks so delicious.
We're at 1915 Lanzhou beef noodles. Not to be confused with 1919 Lanzhou beef noodles, that's a separate chain. If you've been to both, let us know. We'd be curious to know which one you think is better. But we've come to 1915. This is the original one in Australia, the original chain. And we've got their signature dish, which is the Lanzhou beef noodles. So here it is. It looks like quite a hearty dish, and it was $15.90. So you've got a generous portion of beef in here. And you can see there's the handmade noodles. And there are a whole range of different noodles you can choose from. And then you've also got shallots in here. And to round it off, we have some chili too. So you can choose your levels of chili. One thing that I found really interesting about this place was that when you come in, you order and pay before you find a seat. There can be quite a big lineup before you can get in. And once you've paid, then you just go and find whatever seats are available. It's quite a different way of doing things. It's pretty efficient, and it is a big restaurant. And as you can see, it is also really, really popular. We've come here just before 12 p.m. and it's pretty much packed. So get in early. This is a really simple yet effective dish. Everything just seems in balance. So you've got the nice clear broth. There's a little bit of saltiness, but not too much. There is a little bit of heat with the chili, but once again, it's only just a nice touch and not overpowering. If you do like your spice, there is a spicier version that you can get to up the level of spice. The beef is really nice and tender as well. I think there's a really good serving size of the beef there. You've got a hearty dose of noodles as well. So this will be quite a filling dish. The noodles are nice and light, just the right amount of chewiness as well. So I can see why this is a really popular dish. Another unique thing about 1915 Lanzhou beef noodles is that they're 100% halal. So that's really great for all those people who are looking for halal food in Sydney.
Mr. Stone Pot is the first restaurant in Sydney to specialise in Chinese stone pot cuisine, and they've been going strong since 2015. They've opened a range of restaurants around Sydney, and they've also expanded into other Asian cuisine. We have decided to go with one of their stone pot specials. It's the chili prawns with mussels in a squid ink rice, and it comes in the stone pot. It's bubbling, it's hot, it looks absolutely scrumptious. I am so excited about this. And I really like the look of this sauce. It looks really creamy and really decadent. And this was $22.80, which for a seafood dish in Sydney is really good value, especially considering the amount of juicy prawns and the mussels that you get. Oh my goodness, look at that. That squid ink just gives a beautiful black color to the rice. And it contrasts really nicely with that creamy sauce. Those prawns just look absolutely decadent as well. I'm so happy we came here. If I had to describe this dish in a word, I'd say it's luxurious. It's really creamy. The prawns are juicy and they're covered in a really nice batter. The mussels have that burst of the sea, the real saltiness, and it just really comes together nicely. That stone pot makes it really nice and warm, and it's a really hearty dish. And I really love how that squid ink gives a unique visual element to the dish.
We're on the hunt for the best banh mi in Sydney. So we've come to Love Me, which is a banh mi eatery in Burwood. So I've got the traditional ham banh mi. So I'll just open it up and show you. So it's got everything you'd expect in a good banh mi. So there's coriander, there's some pickled carrot and daikon, and it has the ham below. And then you've also got pate and mayo just to round it out. And I've also gone chili. I'm not afraid of chili. This looks really nice and fresh. It all comes in a nice Vietnamese roll as well. What I like about this banh mi is that there's a good mix of salad. It's not too much salad, it's all fresh, and I just love Vietnamese rolls. So it's so crunchy on the outside, but just really pillowy soft on the inside. So at $8.80, it's not a bad price. It's probably not the cheapest banh mi I've had in Sydney. However, it's decent value. That's generally the going rate of what you get in Sydney these days for a banh mi. So there's a whole range of different meat fillings that you can try for your banh mi here at Love Me. So there's Vietnamese lemongrass sausage, which looks really cool. There's also barbecue pork. The prices range up to around $13.80 for a banh mi. And you can also get Vietnamese coffee here too. What's also good about Love Me is that there are indoor and outdoor seating, in addition to just taking away your banh mi.
For the best bubble tea in Burwood, come to Tea Spot. They've got a great range of teas, including milk teas and fruit teas. One of their most popular is the sticky rice tea, but unfortunately they're out of that at the moment. But we've got another great option, which is the rose oolong milk tea. We've got it with some boba as well. And this was the regular size, which was $8. So this is one of their milder tea flavours. It's got a really subtle flavour, which is really delicious. You've got the really nice chewy bit of boba, which give it a really nice little texture. The other thing I really like about Tea Spot is that you can customise your tea to your preferences. That includes the sugar level as well as the ice level. So we got a 50% sugar with no ice. Uncle Bird is a popular bao restaurant in Burwood Chinatown. So they've got a good range of hamburger-sized bao. So it's in a fluffy bun. We've got the pork belly, which is slow braised. It's got some crushed peanuts, coriander, garlic, and pickles, and it just looks amazing. So this was $10.50. You can also upgrade it to a combo, but we've just got the bao on its own. And it's a pretty good sized bao and a really beautiful piece of pork belly in there as well. That pork belly just is so tender, it just melts in your mouth. And it's really nice and fatty. The coriander contrasts really nicely with it. And then the ground peanuts give it a nice little bit of earthiness as well. So other popular flavours are the crispy spiced chicken and the soft shell crab. If you want to know how to get to Burwood, we recommend catching the train. So Burwood is conveniently located on both the T2 Inner West and Leffington lines, as well as the T9 Northern line. And it's a convenient 20-minute ride from the city. If you want to drive to Burwood, there is paid parking in the town centre, both in car parks as well as paid parking on the street. Burwood is also serviced by buses.
So Jay, how did you find the food in Burwood, Sydney?
I absolutely loved it. There's just so much variety here and really inventive new dishes that we haven't tried before. There's just such a depth of food experiences available in Burwood that you could just keep eating here. I could come back here again and again, and I don't think I'd run out of things to eat.
Yeah, we've only just scratched the surface here, and there are just so many new dishes that I've never tried before. It was really good. My favourites, I have a sweet tooth, so I couldn't go past the Durian bun, and also the iced Kirin bar. Oh, that gelato, the mochi gelato was so awesome.
Amazing. We are just so happy to have shared it with you. So if you loved this video, please give it a like and let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, what sort of Burwood food would you recommend? Let us know.
And we do a lot of food videos just like this, as well as travel videos from Sydney and around the world. So if you want to follow us on our adventures, don't forget to subscribe.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.